Today we're going to talk about functions and their graphs. To begin with, we'll talk about a relation. Relation is just any set of ordered pairs. We're used to seeing those ordered pairs written as XY coordinates, like that. When you see those, you have domain values, which are all the possible input values, or the first number, the X value in the ordered pair. The range is all the possible output values, which we know as the Y value, or that second value in your ordered pair. So if we have this relation here, what we're doing is we're looking at these are all of our X values, and these are the corresponding Y values in that relation. We're used to seeing these written not as an XY chart, but as ordered pairs. -1, 3, where the X value we know is a domain value. The Y value, 3, is an output or a range value. Similarly to -1, 2 is your domain value, -1 is your range value. Now we can write the domain and range as a set or a collection of the numbers. So I'll write the domain as the numbers -1, 2. I'm only going to write the 2 once, and then it appears in our graph twice. We only need to write it once. 3, and then 5. And we have the set or the collection of all the numbers that are in the domain or the input of our relation. Likewise, we can write the range values as the set of numbers right here, the Y values or the output values. 3, -1, 1, 7, and 0. Alright, a function is a special kind of relation in which each domain value corresponds to exactly one range value. So we're going to look at some of these relations here and decide if they are functions. This first one right here, we remember that each domain value, 1, 3, 5, and 8, has to correspond to only one range value. So 1 corresponds to 3, 3 to 8, 5 to 3, and 7 to 0. So this is a function. Now if I look at this next set of ordered pairs, I see that this domain value of 1 corresponds to 3, but right here I can look and my domain value of 3 here and here corresponds to two different range values. 3 corresponds to 8 and to 5. That tells me right there that this is not a function. Let's look down here. I have the domain value of 1 corresponding to the range value of 3. Domain value of 3 corresponds to the range value of 8. Domain value of 5 corresponds to 3. And the domain value of 7 to 0. So each one of these domain values is going to only one range value. So that means it's a function. And let's check over here. 1 is only going to 3, but right here the domain value of 3 again is corresponding to two different range values. We can't do that. That means this is not a function. Functions can be written in two different ways, either as equations, such as y equals 3x plus 5, or in function notation, such as f of x. This right here is read f of x. So when I see something like f of x equals 3x plus 5, I know that it means exactly the same thing as y equals 3x plus 5. So if I wanted to evaluate this function at 3, that's what this is asking me to do, to determine f of 3. What I want to do is I want to substitute wherever I see that x value, I'm going to substitute the 3 that they've asked me to fill in. So by doing that, I can evaluate here and simplify, and I get 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 plus 5 I know is 14. So f of 3 equals 14. I could write that as an ordered pair. 3, 14, my x value is 3, my y value is 14, and I know that my domain value is 3, my range value is 14.